Hi, all. Myself Beno Paul from SNS College of Physiotherapy. Today we can discuss about the methods of psychology. So first we can see what is methods of psychology. So it is mainly a systemic way of studying human behavior and mental process, emotion and reaction. So it helps psychologists and physiotherapists also to how understand how patients thinking, feeling, and behavior and responding to the therapist during the therapy also. So we have major methods of psychology. We have introspection method, observation method, experimental method, case study method, survey method, psychometric testing, correlating method, correlation method, and clinical method. So first we can see about the introspection method. So it is a self-observation method. So a person to observe and report their own thought, feeling and sensation. So advantage, so easy and direct to assess the person and also useful for the emotional status. So limitation for this method is it is a subjective and it's a non suitable for the children's or cognitive impairment patients. So second method is the observation method. So it's mainly watching or systemic watching and nothing for the behavior. And so it have two types, naturalistic observation method and control observation method. Naturalistic method is in the setting and control in the clinical setting. So advantage for this method, so it's a real world behavior and not intrusive. And limitation for observation method is a observer bias and time consuming. Next, experimental method. So it is established for causes and effective manipulating variables. So advantage we have scientific and controlled and also replicable. A limitation for experimental method is a artificial setting and ethical issues also we have. Case study method, it's mainly detailed about investigation for one individual or a small group. So advantage for these methods in-depth data also taken and suitable for rare cases. And limitation for this method, it's cannot generalized and also we have time consuming. Next survey method is collecting data using questionnaires or interview or rating scales. So advantage mainly for collect large data quickly and cost effective. Limitation for survey methods is social desirability bias we have and limited accuracy also. Next method is a psychometric testing. So it is a standardized tool scale to measure the psychological attributes. So advantages for psychometric testing method is standardized and reliable. So it's a rating scale. And limitation for this scale is a requirement trained personals and cultural difference affect outcomes. Next correlation method, it is examination relationship between two variables. So advantage for this method is identify pattern and useful for the prediction also. So limitation, it does not prove cause and effect. Clinical method, so it's mainly uh, used for the assessment and diagnosis, and these both can useful for the treatment. So it can based on the psychological approaches. So it's mainly useful for physios, so to motive counseling and to managing fear of the movement and improving adherence. So general summary. So we have mainly we have six methods. Introspective method, it's a self-observation. Second, experiment method, so we establish causes and effect. And survey method, mainly collecting the data through the questionnaire or interview or any like rating scales. And observation method, mainly systemic watching. And case study methods mainly for investigation through the one individual or small group, and psychometric testing for the um, standardized tool to measure the psychological attitude. Thank you.